Garadhari Yashodanandana Braja Jaranjana Yamunatiravanachari Yamunatiravanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Jaya Kunjari Bhari Jayo Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha Jayo Jagannatha Jayo Baladeva Subhadramayi Jaya Sudarsana Jayo Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Jayo Gandharvishya Giridhari Gandharvishya Giridhari Gaurari Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Anantare Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Anantare Jayo Lakshmi Varagade Jayo Lakshmi Varagade Lakshmi Varagade Jayo Lakshmi Varagade Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jayo Jaya Prabhupada Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjalašalakaya Chakshurumalitam Mena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Swapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadantseva Padam Kidam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuvata Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagaradatam Sagana Raghunatham Tam Tajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Nitam Cha Ye Krishna Karna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopeshta Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanusude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarupishta Kripa Sundevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vachari Gautam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Pangajanabhaya Namo Pangajamalini Namo Pangajanetraya Namaste Pangajangriye Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritam Naram Chaivam Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tado Jayamudare Nashtapraya Subhadreshu Nityam Bhagavate Sevya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavante Naitike Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langete Girim Yetkirta Tamakam Vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Today we will be reciting the classical YouTube level. Today we will be reciting the first canto. I seek blessing from all the devotees so that I can speak Bhagavatam in Parampara for the pleasure of Krishna and the devotees and my own purification. Today we will be reciting the first canto, 19th chapter, appearance of Sukadeva Goswami, sloka number 19. Today's sloka is a very interesting one and a lot of information we'll be learning that. Yesterday we learned about that demigod worship is not authorized, only Krishna worship is there. So that point we understood. So today's sloka also we will be how we have to take permission to do any activity from the sages. And also we will be discussing about the role of the sages in our life, how much transformation happens by the association of sages we will be understanding. Hare Krishna. Welcome once again for Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. You could resist the sloka along with me. Maharashyo vas sampungat samupagate ye prasasya sada iti anu modaramanaha usuhu praja prat anugraha sila sara yat uttama sloka guna abhirupam Maharashyo Vais Samupangate ye Prasasya Sadhu iti anu modamanaha usuhu praja anugraha sila sara yat uttama sloka guna abhirupam Maharashyo Vais Samupangate ye Prasasya Sadhu iti anu modamanaha usuhu praja anugraha sila sara yat uttama sloka guna abhirupam. Hare Krishna. Word by word meaning. Maharashyaha, the great sages, why, as the matter of course, samupangataha, assembled there, ye, those who prashashya, by praising sadhu, quite all right, iti, thus, anumoda manaha, all approving, usuhu, said, praja anugraha, doing good to the living being, Srila Sahara, quantitatively powerful, yet because Uttama Sloka, one who is praised by the selected poem, Guna Abhirupam, as beautiful as godly qualities. Translation and purport by His Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. All the great sages who were assembled there all praised the decision of Maharaj Parikshit and they expressed their approval by saying, very good. Naturally, the sages are inclined to do good to common man, for they have all the qualitative power of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, they were very much pleased to see Maharaj Parikshit, a devotee of the Lord, and they spoke as follows. Purport. The natural beauty of living being is enhanced by rising up to the platform of devotional service. Maharaj Parikshit was absorbed in attachment for the Lord Krishna. Seeing this, the great sages assembled were very pleased, and they expressed their approval by saying, very good. Such sages are naturally inclined to do good to the common man. And when they see personality like Maharaj Parikshit advanced in devotional service, their pleasure knows no bounds. And they offer all blessings in their power. The devotional service of the Lord is so auspicious that all demigods and sages, up to the Lord himself, become pleased with a devotee, and therefore a devotee finds everything auspicious. All inauspicious matters are removed from the path of progressive devotee. Meeting all the great sages at the time of death was certainly auspicious for Maharaj Parikshit, and thus he blessed by so-called curse of a Brahmana boy. Hare Krishna, welcome once again for Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. It's very interesting sloka, and also a lot of insight we are learning from this sloka. First thing is we have to take permission and for whatever action we are doing from the sages, and also sages should also will be acknowledging it, and they are very pleased if we do the devotional. And what are the qualities of the sages and how they are very important in our life. What was the reaction of all the sages assembled at the spot of Parikshit at that spot? So we'll be, what was their reaction when Parikshit was sad? Parikshit was sitting and fasting to death at the holy place on the bank of river Ganga. Very good, they approved. So this is called the spiritual beauty. There are some material beauties also there, that is external. Spiritual beauty is internal. That is it appropriate to prepare myself to go back to home, back to Godhead by fasting until death, after having removed my kingdom? So they are telling. So Parishit Maharaj is asking, is it appropriate to prepare myself to go back to home, back to Godhead, fasting until death, after having removed, renounced my kingdom? So the sages are replying to them that, very good, sadhu sadhu. So generally they reply in terms of sadhu sadhu. That means acknowledging it. Very good. This is the natural way of quitting the body of a devotee of Lord. This is very important. How we are also, like Prabhupada at the last stage, he started fasting and left the body. So the great sages, this is a set example how we are supposed to leave the body. The sadhu means one who lives for the welfare of others. So first we have to understand who is a sadhu. So they are the people who live for the welfare of others, and sadhu doesn't consider his own welfare. They are not selfish. They won't consider their welfare because he is completely surrendered to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. So since they are completely surrendered to Krishna, they don't require anything. Krishna takes care completely, and they doesn't need to care for themselves. So they don't care for themselves. On the other hand, sadhu means a devotee of the Lord and good to do to others always. So they are the people who are always good to the other people. That is called sadhu. He doesn't do anything for himself, doesn't mean he is inactive. So we should not think that he doesn't do for himself, means he is inactive. They are just a jara. They are not like that. They are very active to do good for others. They are very active to do good. So that this point we have to understand. When a devotee prepared to go back home, back to Godhead, there's nothing of inauspicious. So we have to understand from Bhishma Dev also, when he was about to leave his body, he was waiting in the Kurukshetra warfield for the Uttarayana to come, and in front of Lord's darshan he wants to leave the body. So when Lord's presence is there, so it's all become auspicious. It is ironically Parishit was cursed. Basically Parishit was cursed, but the curse turned out to be a boon in disguised form. So that we have to understand. So whatever happens, it is all the will of the Lord. That we have to understand from this sloka. Let us understand more about the role of the saint. Why Parishit was giving so much importance to the saintly people? Because what is their role in our life also? The role of the saint in our life is glorifying the great sages. They are the very great sages they are. People in this world doesn't have the hope. If you see that they don't have hope. People need encouragement. They need some push. That's why they go to astrology, they'll go to temple, they'll go to various horoscope people and so many places. They go to the various seminars to get some hope, encouragement. 90% of people in this world have negative thinking. So if you see in this survey, 90% they have negative thinking only. Always feel that something going to go wrong in my life. So they will think that, okay, something going to go wrong in my life. The most important role of a saint is to give hope and assure everything going to be okay. This is the role of a saint. The most important role is he will give the hope, and also he'll assure that everything will go okay. That's why whenever people go to the temple, they look for a saint and they take the blessings. So that's where by taking blessings, they will feel that there is a hope for that thing. Everything good will happen. The role of a saint is to give right vision and right thoughts. So they give the right vision and right thought. The society is this. The society is basically the current society is directionless. we don't know which direction we are going, what is the goal of our life. So this is what the society, in all these books like SrimadBhagavatam, Upanyas, Bhagavad Gita, saints are used to give the direction to the society. That we can understand. That there will be so many question answers, and the saint will be replying to the doubts. That is called the direction they are giving to the society. What the goal of the life and how to achieve it. Most of the people naturally selfish. If you see that naturally people are selfish only. Only in the association of saintly people we learn that it is possible to think selflessly. The person who is selfish, slowly they will transform themselves and start thinking that they can be selfless also. Think beyond other people's needs. So they started thinking other people's needs. Example that before coming to ISKCON, many, almost all of them are, they'll self-thinking only, I want this, I want to buy this land, I want to build house, I want this. Anything, this thing, there is a shortage of things, people rush to the market and they will buy that. So it is all selfish. But when they get association in the sadhu sanghas, slowly they transform that okay, we have to help others also. It is we have to serve the people. So this attitude comes. So this all because of the sadhu sangha. The most of people think that of giving. They generally we see that in our area every month we see that there is a charity vehicle will come. They will go on to door, ask for the charity, old cloth, money, whatever they have, they will ask us to give. So most of the people think of giving it. When they will give? When it is not in use. So they also will ask that if you don't use it, please give. So this is what the mentality. When I have so much, what do we give and when we will give? This is a question comes into our mind. What do we give? Generally we give the money, cloth, shoe, ornaments, which are useless to us, which is old and not useful to us, then we will give to them. When we will give? When it is not useful to us. Till then we will be going on using it. So when I have so much of money and it is not useful to me, then I will give it as a charity. If you see that the people are giving charity, non-devotee, they are very wealthy people and there is no demand for that money, so they will give it as charity to get pride of it. So this is one is happening. It is not useful. So we also look every aspect of our life. So saintly people, what they will do is they help us to change the way we look every aspect of our life. So by association with that, our whole concept will change from the not useful to us will be given to useful thing we'll start giving to the others, so that he will start using it. So this whole scenario, the shift is going to happen in our life. This is the role of a saintly person. If you take the example of the Dasaratha, when Dasaratha was ruling the government and Vishwamitra visit once to his palace and he will ask that to send Rama with him. That time Dasaratha Maharaj was totally disturbed. He said that no, don't take Rama. He is a very young boy. He don't know warfare and all that. He didn't have experience. So many excuses he gave because he don't want to give the Rama. Because Rama is very dear to him. But Vishwamitra enters into the scene and he started advising Dasaratha, don't mind it, please send Rama, it is good for you only. Then with half-minded, and he got convinced that he saw some selfish in it, and then he sent Rama with Vishwamitra. So this is what happens in our life also. Every moment we see some selfishness in our life, whatever action we do. So a guru plays a role, help us to develop a detachment. So this we have to understand how why we need a guru in our life is to develop a detachment in our life. In the chat, yeah, we will use. And the role of a guru is to help us to develop a detachment and give up our attachment, progress on the path of bhakti. So one is detached from the material thing and attachment towards the progress in the path of bhakti. So we start developing the taste in bhakti. So this is the role of a guru, saintly person. So Vasishtha, saints can make many reason to chant. So initially, if you say that when a neophyte devotee comes, we give so much of positive thing to make convince them to start chanting. Like you will be, your focus will increase, you will be benefited, whatever your desire will be fulfilled, Krishna will be pleased with when you chant. All the things that we give that which is focused towards them materialistically. So this is the stage one. But as they progress in the chanting, and then it's for grossing. As we grow in spiritual life, then they will start telling about the settled things, that more refined, more conscious about the chanting and conscious of transformation in the consciousness, and then we will say, the sages say that if you chant that, Krishna will be pleased. So the goal of chanting is to please Krishna. So there is a shift from the gross expectation to spiritual subtle expectations. So initially, if you start telling this subtle expectation, they will not accept it. But when you, that's why they have to talk about gross settle, so that to get attracted. Whenever saint enters in our life, there is a beneficial transformation in our life also. Whenever saint enters in our life, there is a benefit and transformations in our life also. When a materialistic person coaches us, we get a external belief system. She brought some flowers. You can sit for a few minutes and you can leave. Prabhu will give some gift. Few minutes. You can get some little bit. When a materialistic person coaches you, the person coaches you the external benefit belief system. The transformation on the external things will happen. Example is yoga. If you join a yoga or a gym or anywhere, you see that the transformation happens in your external body, mind, not mind. So externally you feel that there is a change is happening. But when a saint coaches you, he teaches you the internal belief system. He is giving a confidence on that. Apparently, that transformation may not be seen visible immediately. When we understand that how deep is knowledge is and how deep is the wisdom, then slowly we begin to transform on the internal level. This is, we have to underline that. When we will get to know that transformation happening in within us, the great saints can transform within a second. Like Mahaprabhu, when he met Ishwar Puri, he gave the mantra. When he initiated mantra, whenever he chanted, he getting to the ecstasy. So immediately he comes and asks, what mantra you gave? Whenever I chant, I get ecstasy. So this is what the transformation happens, just a fraction second. Similarly, Bhakti, when Prabhupada met Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, just one conversation, he's totally convinced. This much powerful is the saintly people. Example is Hanuman met Lankini, gave one punch. Okay, Lankini turns into that transformed person. It is not the physical punch what he gave. It is the punch what he's talking is a faulty thinking. So the preacher attacks us to realize our mistakes. So saintly people when we meet them, so they punch us to realize our mistakes. When a saintly person hits, the blood doesn't come out. The transformations go through on the internal level when saint boxes us our fault. The saints are called Virakta Mahatma. Virakta means the transformation without bleeding. So this is the people can experience it. So this is very fundamental thing we have to understand from this importance of saintly people. Why in our life? So here when the Bhishma Dev at his last deathbed, till then he had, when the Draupadi was disrobed, Bhishma Dev said that the dharma is very complicated. The same Bhishma Dev, when he was in deathbed, he was giving dharma for days together, advice to Yudhishthira Maharaj. So, to Yudhishthira Maharaj. So, how is it possible? Same Draupadi comes and asks it. When I asked you, you said that dharma is complicated, but when Yudhishthira asked you, you gave about dharma days together. How is it? Then Bhishma Dev said that I was in the association of the Duryodhana, all the bad things were with me. After losing the blood from my body, now I doesn't have the blood. So I can speak about the dharma. So that's how the Vishnu Sahasranam also came out from his mouth. So we have to, the blood is a mamata, attachment. There are certain attachments, they come out of the belief system. Saints hits our belief first. So this is, we have to understand that. Satsanga, we know that Satsanga means association with devotees. How is it important and what is the benefit out of that? Why we always tell the people come for Satsanga. Whenever we go for Nagar Sankirtan or meet any devotee, newcomers, we invite them to our temple to take Satsanga of the devotees, saintly peoples, all the things. Why? What are these benefits? There are 4 benefits there in the Satsanga. Number 1, the first foremost is purpose of Satsanga is to challenge our belief system. So first is Satsanga, what it transforms is to challenge the belief system. Our belief system entrench our system, our life. We accept it true without questioning them. So many times we won't ask questions. Somebody said that it happens in sometime way back that all of a sudden there's a WhatsApp was the initial days. Somebody started posting it. All the today very bad day. All the Matajis should donate green bangles to other Matajis. So there is a spike of demand for the green bangles in all the shop. All the people who read it, they rush to the shop and purchasing and start donating it to get benefit, some auspicious, to get some auspicious thing happen in their life. So without questioning, we don't know why all the things, people start believing it. So there is a belief, okay, if I donate some green bangle, I'll get benefited, I'll live long, my husband will live long, I'll be lead a peaceful life. So many things, whatever they want, they'll get. So this is a belief is that, no, that So here also in Ramayana, the Lankini believed her loyalty to her master Ravana because he feed her and she simply believed in it. She delivered her duty uh, systematically. When Hanuman punches her, the loyalty and the devotion are it's all broken. That before you practice, you should understand who is your master and worthy being a loyal to him. So first and foremost, we have to judge that who is the actual master. So when you enter to Krishna conscious, then there is a preaching that Krishna is the supreme person. So we will come to know that before coming to ISKCON, we had so many demigod worship. We go to various temple and believe that he is the supreme, he is supreme. But it's very clear that once we enter to ISKCON and by sadhu sangha, we will come to know that only Krishna is the only supreme. So our belief has been shattered. So this is the first and foremost benefit of this satsanga. So who is our master and worthy of being loyal to him. So it is worthy of being loyal to Krishna is because we know that he is the supreme. Lankini practicing dharma without the spirit of dharma. So she practiced vigorously. She is thinking that Ravana is her master and she was doing her duty, practicing it. But she don't know the spirit of the dharma. So because of that, it was wrong. We also come in touch with the saintly and change our belief system. Before we life is before coming to ISKCON Sadhu Sangha, what our belief was that life is for enjoyment. Then when after the Sadhu Sangha, that it transforms us to the life is for serving. And before coming to Sadhu Sangha, our senses are our masters. But after the Sadhu Sangha, it happens a transformation in our life and we come to know that senses are the dangerous. Okay, our real master is Ram. So we have to understand that why this Sadhu Sangha, how much it impacted our this is the first point. First, it breaks the belief in us. Second one is reduce our attachment. By doing Sadhu Sangha, our attachment gets detached. So with one punch of Hanuman, Lankini detached with the land of Lanka. She was guarding the land of Lanka, so she gave up. So this is the attachment she gave up. That the role of saint is to remove whatever the most attached to us. Like if many people who have come to Krishna conscious, they will say that before coming that I was addicted to alcohol, I was addicted to non-vegetarian, I was addicted to coffee, tea, so many things they will come. But this attachment after becomes Sadhu Sangha, they don't know how they gave up. It is now they are very become clear. There is no more attachment with past. So the third point benefit of having Sadhu Sangha is it is to rise from fall. It is to rise from the fall. That means Lankini fell down when Hanuman gave a punch to her, but also she got a strength to get up, and she thanked Hanuman. So from the similarly, Satsanga doesn't allow to remain in fallen. So when you come to Satsanga, like ISKCON Satsanga, you might have so much of a problem in your life. You might have lost near dear, or you might have lost your wealth, or you might have entered into some complicated, unexpected problems and all. But once you are in the Sadhu Sangha, you will get detached and you become a mature person. You know that this is a temporary life and our eternal life is at the Goloka, association with Krishna. So all these troubles are temporary only, it will vanish there. So this uh, it is to encourage from rise to a higher planet. So sadhu sangha doesn't allow to remain in fallen. It is not that okay, you will once you are in trouble, you will continue to be in trouble only. So that we have to understand that sadhu sangha, importance of sadhu sangha. When Srila Prabhupada was insulted by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, this is a very important incident in Prabhupada's life, that how the transformation happened. When he went to Lotadunga place in Calcutta, Prabhupada's friend, he will take him to meet Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. That time they will talk in the terrace that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati requested Prabhupada go and preach in Western world. But Prabhupada says that when we are Krishna conscious, Bhaktisiddhanta asked him to preach Krishna conscious. That time Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati says that asked Prabhupada to preach, but Prabhupada says that we are under the rule of British, let us get freedom, then we will start preaching to people about Krishna consciousness. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati says that no, today we will be governed by this government and tomorrow we will be governed by somebody else. But this will continue, but Krishna consciousness can't wait. So better you start immediately to start preaching to people about Krishna consciousness. So this reply he never heard in the past. So totally he convinced. He came out and said that I am very happy to be defeated by this sage. So this is what the sage which helps us to come out of when we are fall down. The saintly person insult you, humiliate you, not to put you down, but actually help you to rise. So whenever saintly people chastise, it is not for the ego, he is having a ego to put you down. No, it is for you, they can, he is like a doctor, he understands you are fallen down. So by chastising, you will get up. So you will rise from this Maya and make you to closer to Krishna. This is the importance of Sadhu Sangha. The fourth and last point is Sadhu Sangha removes the deep attachment of negative association. So this is very important one. So negative associations will be removed. So Lankini was not a bad lady. She became bad because she was in association with Ravana. That's why when Hanuman hit her, she is able to recollect her past life. Earlier in the previous life, she was a security guard at the outside the Brahma Loka. She was guarding it, but she is very stringent and very tough with everybody who are passing. Then Brahma called her and said that this is not the place for you to guard the place. Better you go to the Sri Lanka where those people are more egoistic than you. Then you will understand. Then when Lankini took birth in Lanka, she initially she thought that she is the most egoistic person. But after seeing Ravana, she realized it. Yes, he is more, and the people in the Lankas are more egoistic. Her egoistic has come down. Originally, all of us are pure devotees, but with a connection with education, power, position, prestige, money, and association of materialistic people, we forget our tendency and become so egoistic. Now you will come, with this message, you will come to know that why people behave egoistic. It is all that actually everybody is pure only, but only because of the association with the connections like education, more educated or powerful position, and also prestige of having so much of wealth and money and association of materialistic people. That's how we get into trap and become egoistic. Association of saint helps us in four ways: transform our heart and life to the best version of ourselves. So why we need to take association is so that it transform to the best, from the worst to the best. It not only that our heart is transformed and our conscience also transforms. From the Ishopnas, there is a thing between the difference between the teacher and the student. Teacher, he knows, he don't know, and he wants to know by reading. Teacher is someone who knows he doesn't know, therefore teacher eager to know, eager to learn more. Student is the one who doesn't know, he doesn't know, therefore he thinks he knows everything. This is a very important point, because as a devotee, we always are puffed up by that I know everything. No, as we start growing in devotion, we'll come to know that we are nothing. So we have to eager to understand more. All of us are students in our life. With association of saints, I have a long journey to go ahead. This is a very important point. All of us are students only. With the association of saints, my journey of progress of spiritual life is a long way to go. Our journey is from a new moon to a full moon. New moon means total Amavasya, dark. At present we are in the dark person, but there is hope that one day we will turn into a full moon, light, with the help of the association of the devotees, saintly peoples. So some of the examples we can discuss it. Shiromani Mahodai, okay, he is a saintly person who was in KC God. He was giving Bhagavatam class regularly. There's one old man used to come attend it. He never used to speak and go. Then many devotees attend his classes. One day, when a young neophyte devotee, he sat down. That day, the class was that class about the Sati Shiva. Where Sati was got insulted that by her father, that not invited Shiva. She got upset and she burned herself. Then the that was the topic. So the neophyte devotee was asking that how come a person can burn themselves. Then that old man started talking. He said that you wanted the answer in words or you want a practical demonstration. And he went and sat. He started chanting holy name and chanted the mantra. Within short period, there's a flame came from his toe and started burning the whole body. He went into the trance and samadhi. So whole people start pouring the water to quench the fire. Nothing is able to do it. This is a demonstrator. That means saintly people we should not underestimate. We should not consider them as a normal person. So they are the great sages and they have so much of power, mystic power too. So this is a example, practical example we have seen in this Kali Yuga itself, recent time. And Gaur Chandra Maharaj, he got initiated from his guru, but Sri Chaitanya Maharaj. So once they were in the Mayapur, once his guru was, he took a permission from guru that he want to visit Vrindavan, and his guru said that, will you come back? He said, yes, sure, I will come back after having parikrama, that is Sat Parikrama, that thing is there. So after that, I will come back. So he went and finished parikrama, and the last place is Gauji temple, uh, Gauji temple in Vrindavan. So that night he said that okay, let me sleep here, and I will tomorrow morning I'll go back to Mayapur. Uh, that was he is prepared, and he was sleeping. During this sleep, he got the dream that Davuji Baba, that Davuji is Balram. Balram came in his dream and told him that you are a nice saint, please stay back here only, don't go. He said that, then he said that no, I promised to my Guru that I will go back to him. So this has happened, and morning when he got up, the same incident was repeatedly coming. So he's little confused whether to stay back or leave Vrindavan, go to Mayapur. Then he was able to hear that he give his question from his Maharaj that will you come back? Will you able to come back? So that was going on, ringing in his ears, and then he decided, let me leave this place. He started walking till the end of the day, but he's still in the same Dauji temple's same place only. He couldn't believe. Then he understood that Balram is holding him, not able to walk out. So then he stayed there and left his body also later. So this is how the saintly person, how they can predict it, how powerful they are in. The last pastime of this, that is that every saintly person comes in our life, they give some message, but this message is not their message, it is a message from the Krishna, from the previous pastime we understood. And the Lala Babu temple is there in Vrindavan. So in that temple, Lala Babu was a wealthy merchant from Calcutta. He came to Vrindavan, he spent quite a lot of time, and he left his business and constructed a beautiful temple for Radha Krishna. And he's become Baba there and continuing his life. After so many years of his time, once he decided he wanted to take Diksha from his Guru, Kishore Das Babaji, Krishna Das Babaji. When he went and approached him, his Guru was saying that some settled samskara from the previous birth that you are inside, that is there inside you. So that's why you are not able to do bhajan properly. When you burn with vairagya, then come for Diksha. So Lala Babu was going on meditating it. What samskara I did a mistake that I have to. So he is going on recollecting his pastime. After a few days, he realized that yes, when he came to Vrindavan, start building the temple. Similar like one more person also was there, like him, he's a merchant. He also was building a temple for Radha Krishna. So there is a subtle egoism between them, and they started he started developing the envious with him, and that is the one. So now he realized that okay, that must be the fault in my heart, that I am not able to do bhajan properly. Then he saw that in Vrindavan, most of the temple morning or afternoon, they will give the free prasadam to all the beggars. So he decided, yes, I'll go to his temple and beg pardon from him. So he went to the temple and standing in the beggars queue. Lala Babu also not a normal person. He is also a big, very famous saint. So hearing that Lala Baba come to his friend's temple, so that person rushing to the place and asking him, you are a great saint, don't stand in the beggars queue, please come. Then he is asking, how can I help you? He said, I came to beg for pardon from you that I made a mistake. Please forgive me. Then both of them, they realize their mistake. They hug each other. They're repentant for the envious and jealousy carried out for so many years in their heart. That both of them realized it, and both of them are very wonderful devotees. Somehow, little misunderstanding and ego keep the distance them. Both of made the distance that both of them. So they hugged and they touched the lotus feet of both of people, and they took the dust of the lotus feet and put it in their head, and they become nice friends. They gave up all the ego and pardon with each other. After this incident, then Lala Babu, he went to his guru and asked for Diksha. Then his guru was pleased and he gave Diksha. Nowadays, if you say that if you put these conditions in the present scenario, we develop so much of egoism, none of us will get initiated. That's why there is a different system that has been incarnated to get Diksha. Being a saint is not about external things. It is a lot about consciousness with which we are, which they lead in our life. So, first and foremost, we have to understand it's not the saffron. The saint means it's not the external look and feel of the saintly person. It is a lot to do with our conscious mood to lead our life. So unfortunately, it is so easy to get external of the spirit life. So it is easy that okay, put tilak, put dress, put kantimala and chant, carry the chant by externally changes. It is very easy to do, but it is very difficult and so rare, impossible to settle the intricacy of the spiritual intricacy of the spiritual life. So this is what we have to understand. We need a saint in our life to make for these changes. I repeat once again. It is very easy for the external changes in our life, but internal changes to make, we need a saint. So with this sloka, the conclusion of the message is how important saints in our life. Thank you very much. Gandhara SrimadBhagavatam ki jai. Any question, any doubt? Hope it is very informative.